What's up, good people? You know, it's the Birdman, of course, live in the living room. Building up this audience, waiting for a couple people to jump on. But until then, I know a lot of people go back and go view the video. But I want to thank everybody, who sent up prayers for me last week. With my ordeal, made it out all right. I'm a survivor. I'm strong. Please forgive my, my outbursts last week. But I was like real frustrated. But I'm gonna jump right into this presidential election. Like, whoa! I know it's a lot of people out there. I know it's a lot of people out there whose soul is shaken with this presidential election, and I see a lot of people out there voicing their opinion, and everybody know I have opinion about a lot of stuff. Sometimes I just keep it to myself. Sometimes I just hold on to my own opinion. I learned in my growing and getting older, I learned to hold my opinion a lot. Very seldom do I voice my opinion, but I'm gonna voice my opinion about this election because this thing is real scary, and I think we're taking it lightly as black people. As African Americans, I think we're taking this whole president election, and the outcome of it very, very lightly, and it's not nothing to take lightly. Hey, Aunt Kathy, this is something to take serious. Now, going into this presidential election with Donald Trump winning, I see a lot of people, and I want you to know, like, I'm a firm believer of prayer. I think we should pray without ceasing. I think it's time to pray without ceasing. So don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking anyone who say that we should pray, because I'm for prayer. And I think that we should pray. But some of these Christians, and I know some people may unfollow me. Some people may not agree with what I'm saying. But I think some of these Christians that's so heavenly minded is no earthly, no good. Yes, it's time to pray, but it's also time because a change is about to come. Like, I don't know if you were praying, when these debates was going on and you didn't understand and you didn't hear what he was saying. But the first topic I'm gonna speak about, which he said that should affect a lot of people, was get rid of the Obamacare. Now, if you follow the Obamacare, like a lot of people say, well, I'm still going to work today. This election is not affecting me. Trump winning is not affecting me. I'm just going to keep praying and keep going to work. Well, first of all, to the working class, because of course he wasn't for the middle class anything. To get rid of the Obamacare, if you watch the debate and they asked him, they said, well, Mr. Trump, do you know if you wipe out the Obamacare? This is what they asked him. They said, if you wipe out the Obamacare, you're giving a free lance for other people, for other private insurance companies to just rake in money to charge what they want. So you may think in your household, okay, it's not bothering me. I'm still going to work every day. I'm still going to get paid. I went back to school. I got me a degree. I'm in this field. I'm in that field. It may bother you if you got a child, who requires a inhaler, requires medicine every day. He's giving it what once he wipes out that Obamacare, he's giving a green flag for you who go to work, for everyone who goes to work, and get insurance taken out of their salary or their paychecks. You get ready to get raped. Because once they snatch out Obamacare, there's nothing keeping them to keep their prices down. There's nothing keeping them to keep their deductibles down. Like, that's affecting them. Second of all, with the immigrants, he's talking about building a wall. Like, I don't know if y'all was paying attention until these debates, but I know a lot of people say, well, I don't like Trump, and you heard he was a racist and stuff like that. You heard some of the racist comments, but I'm not talking about all the racist comments. I'm talking about what he said he will do. Okay, let's keep this thing all the way 100. What he said he would do once he get in office, because guess what? Newsflash, he's in office. Newsflash. So forget all the racism. I want to talk about the things that he said that he was going to do once he got in office. One is to build a wall down there at the Border Patrol. Build a wall. We're not China. Do y'all understand? Like, we're America. This is the home of the brave, the home of the free. He's talking about building a wall to keep out the Hispanic descent. And not only is he talking about building a wall for all y'all to say this is not affecting me, this has nothing to do with me. He's talking about sending immigrants back. Send immigrants back. So you may say, well, all right, bro, he meant that I don't got no immigrants in my family. No. We talking about, like, a lot of my family on both sides, a lot of my mother's side, they're from Lancaster, which is majority is Hispanic. So I have a lot of interracial relationships on my mother's side and also on my father's side. So I don't know everyone. So you're saying if my cousin Laquan, married Maria, They've been cool ever since high school. You know, they have kids, but her papa brung her over here. She really doesn't have papers. She doesn't have citizenship. If she runs into the law, y'all gonna send her back? That's what he's saying. Like, that's what he's saying. So many people, so many black people was taking this thing. Good morning, Nikki Thomas. So many black people was taking this thing lightly. Y'all need some real reality calls and need to go back to those debates and see of not only the racism that he spoke about, but what he said he would do once he's in president. Because guess what? Bingo, he's here. He's here. He said he would make a lot of changes. He said he wants to enforce stop and frisk. Stop and frisk, do you know what that means? If he enforces stop and frisk, they outlawed it in New York. They said it was unconstitutional. Meaning, you can't, if you stop, basically, if you're stopping and frisking someone, what you're saying is, I'm stopping and frisking this person because of what they look like. That's profiling. That's illegal. Cops are not supposed to do that. That's why they outlawed it and banned it in New York. A judge banned it in New York. But he that's what he's fighting for. That's what he's lobbying for, to reinforce. That's how he's lobbying to make America great again, to get stop and frisk. So now you have, he's creating this law to send these immigrants back. And now you got another law he's creating, stop and frisk. So that means you can just profile a person by what they look like and send them back. Are you kidding me? They rule stop and frisk unconstitutional. That's illegal for cops to do that. You're not, because you know why? They wasn't stopping and frisking no one on Wall Street in a suit. They wasn't stopping and frisking no one downtown in Center City carrying a briefcase. They were stopping and frisking in our neighborhoods, in our hoods. That's what they was doing all that crap at. And that's what he is lobbying to get. These are some of the first points. If you watch those debates, he brought up stop and frisk in every debate. He said that is one of the main ways that he feels as though that will be able to control our community, control the crime in our community. Do you hear me? That's what he said. Like, are you kidding me? And people are saying, oh, well, no, Trump saying that's not affecting me. Yes, it is affecting us, because that law is going to go in effect real soon. And some of the Christians that's so heavenly minded, there's no earthly, no good at this present time. You better think about that, because you could be a pastor just coming from a gym with some ball shorts on, some sneakers, going to a Mercedes or going to a Lexus or going to whatever kind of car that you may choose. And just because you're a black male in America, they have the right to stop and harass you. You could be grabbing for some anointing oil and they'll shoot you. Like, this thing is real. Like, I understand it is time to pray, but this thing is affecting all of us. I grew up with family of the Islamic belief. I'm a Christian. My grandfather was a bishop, the late great Bishop Clarence Pooler. But we also had Islamic family members in our family that was close. My Uncle Ronnie, his kids was always of the Islamic faith. So you're saying to me, if my cousin, one of my male cousins marry an Islamic woman, they're going to harass her. They're going to harass them and put them in a detention center until they find out if they're part of ISIS. That's what he said he'll do. That's what he said to all. It ain't even nothing about religion. It's about race. It's about race. And I know, like, this is a lot. Like, the things that he wants to be done is a lot. You understand? He's really talking about, I know people putting up memes, oh, I'm going back to Africa. I mean, we don't have to worry about too much on the black community with us sending us back to Africa, but we have a lot of interracial family members. We have a lot of interracial relationships in our family that this is going to affect. He's talking about putting a wall. Are you kidding me? A wall? Like, this thing is serious, and for so many people that's taking it so lightly, I really, really don't understand, because it is going to affect you. Like I said, the working class, when he wipes out Obamacare and insurances are able to charge you whatever they want, and you say, well, I may be healthy as a horse, but my child has asthma or bronchitis and they need a hand. I want to see how much you're saying it's not affecting you then. You understand? He talked a lot. He said a lot of slick stuff to a lot of different countries concerning war. Do you understand that? Like, people that's taking it lightly and saying that it's not affecting us. Like, I'm taking back. Yes, it is affecting us. This is affecting us in a large way. This is affecting our black young men. He want a law to stop and frisk our young black men. Are you kidding me? They're already. And then for two, Pay attention, people. Just don't be evil, so easy to jump on bandwagons. I noticed one thing he said. He said that the national gun lobbyers had backed him. They never backed any candidate in a presidential election. They never backed anyone. They never even backed any other Republicans. None of the Bushes. They backed him. Then let me break it down to you. When you have a party or something of a large, like the NAACP, whatever, when they back a candidate, this is how politics work. Basically, the politicians go to them. They meet. The politicians promise them something. 9 times they promise them some type of change or something, and maybe a little bit. So then they back them. They give them their dollars and they give them their support. So for a national gun lobbyers to have so much money to back him and never back someone else, I want to know what did he promise. And as for people who don't have a problem with him, you better have a problem with him if you got sons and nephews. They're going to be George Zinnemans popping up in every neighborhood. He's saying that he wants people to be able to purchase how many guns that you want. Now, I don't knock people having guns. I think you should be able to carry firearms. That's not what I'm saying. I think you should be able to carry firearms. Yeah, you should. But my point is this: if you're just in a regular neighborhood and you go to work every day and you may purchase a gun and your wife may purchase a gun, okay, that's cool. But why would you need to purchase 5 and 10 guns? Like, what are you preparing for? And then to find out a lot of these people are white supremacists. So you want to put guns in their hands, and then what's happening? People say, well, it's not going to affect me. Yeah, it's going to put more guns in their kids' hand. Their kids are the one that's going in these schools shooting them up. Their kids are the one that's going in. I don't see, and if you're that dumb enough to Google, one black person that shot up a school, then you're just a jackass. You understand? It's mainly Caucasian students who are going there and shooting up these schools. There was a white boy who went in there and shot up a church of 9 people. Are you kidding me? And then you had some black people and some preachers saying, I'm praying for the cops, the 8 cops or the 9 cops that lost their life in Texas. Are you kidding me? You praying for them? I'm not saying you shouldn't pray for them, but I'm going to tell you this. If I want to pray, because I know I wasn't praying at that time, but if I want to pray, I damn sure wasn't praying for them 8 cops that died down there. Are you kidding me? These cops is killing our kids every day, and they're receiving no repercussions. And you want to pray for them because they lost their life? Just know at the end of the day, their kids are receiving pension. At the end of the day, when our black loved ones, we don't have insurance. We don't even have enough money to bury our loved ones. When them cops died, their wives ain't have to put out no buckets in the bar to bury their husbands. Their kids' college funds are taken care of for life. We can barely provide t-shirts for the kids to wear to their parents' funeral if the cops shoot them. Are y'all kidding me? And y'all say y'all want to pray for the cops' family? They got enough people praying for us. I'm praying for these black families, for Trayvon Martin's family whose mother would never see any grandkids from him. You understand what I'm saying? Freddie Green's parents, Sandra Bland, are you kidding me? And y'all saying y'all want to pray for those cops as family? Y'all got a lot of nervous black people. Because that young man went over there and fought a war for a country, seen people die, seen people blow up, didn't know if he was going to make it back to the homeland where he was born at. To make it back, years later, to make it back and see that he has to live in fear in his own country. Who's to say his mental state to kill them cops? I ain't dare praying for none of them cops. I don't care how you view it. No, I wasn't praying for the cops that died nor their families. And my friends already knew this because I voiced it, but I didn't voice it socially. But no, are you kidding me? Y'all telling me y'all praying for them cops as family? Pray for them for what? Pray for these black families when they kill us and we don't have no life insurance and we barely can bury our loved ones. You understand what I'm saying? Let's pray for our community, because they're doing this. It's more of us dying than it is them. Let's get that straight. It's way more of us dying than it is them. So if you saying that you want to pray, I'm not saying don't pray, but if you want to pray, maybe let's pray for someone in this color that's going through the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? They got backup. The police commissioner, everything, they pay for the whole funeral. All they got to do is get dressed up and show up. And in the meantime, in the community where they kill our black loved ones, we got to scrape up money. No one's prepared. No one has life insurance. That's a lot of people do have it, but that's not nothing that that's at our top priority. Our top priority is rent, water, electric, car insurance. You understand what I'm saying? Like, life insurance is not nothing that we put at the top of our list. And like I said, They're killing us, and we barely can make it. But y'all saying y'all praying for them. Like, really? Like, some of y'all, like, really need to think, and this don't jump on just simple bandwagons. And all those people who did not vote, like, are you kidding me? Like, you really sat home and did not vote, where it was people, like, years ago. People might say, well, Bird, that has nothing to do with now. That was years ago. Or they paved the way. They lost their lives. Y'all stood up in a 5 or 10 minute line where they stood up in lines and years and years and years, still going back every year and still getting denied the chance to vote. And we had the chance, and some people just sat home and just still didn't go vote. You know, and then want to put up ignorance, ignorance statuses. If you ain't go vote, you ain't got shit to say. And if you didn't go vote, you just as ignorant. Why wouldn't you? People saying, oh, well, Hillary was that bad. I wasn't voting for Hillary. It was just a massacre. I didn't know who to vote to. Well, why didn't you know to vote? You knew not to vote for Trump if you was black. If you was Islamic, you didn't need the writing was on the wall. You knew not to vote for Trump. Why? Because he was out for y'all. If you was Hispanic, it didn't take a rocket scientist. You did not supposed to vote for Trump. It didn't matter what Hillary was talking about. She wasn't talking about killing Arabics because of ISIS suspicion and sending back Hispanics. She wasn't talking about that, so you knew she was. Like, what, are you kidding me? And people won't really say they didn't really vote. I didn't know it was so hard to vote for. Both candidates are crazy. How was that? And then you're a black person or you're a minority in this community. How was it hard? Did you hear what he was saying, what he's going to do? And for all you to say, well, he's not doing it now, and that's not going to take an effect now. Google it. I want y'all to Google it. Don't take Bird's word. Google it and look at CNN. Nebraska is passing in the law. They woke up this morning passing a law to reinstate the death penalty. Are you kidding me? Yeah, and for all you to say, well, it's not changing. I'm still going to work. I'm just going to pray. I'm just going to get on my knees and I'm just going to pray because my faith is not in God. My faith is not in Donald Trump, it's in God. And FYI, Donald Trump is not God. Well, FYI, Donald Trump is not God. I totally agree with you. But guess what? He damn sure getting ready to try to play it. He's damn sure getting ready trying to play God. Nebraska woke up this morning. He ain't. They're lobbying to pass to get the death penalty back reinstated. They want to start killing already. And you think George Zimmerman's are not going to be popping up? He's giving them. He wants the Second Amendment, and he wants the gun lobbyers to go for what they know, to be able to purchase how many guns. On some real stuff, how many guns do you need in your house? I understand you want to have a gun in your house or maybe two, but on some real, like, why are you lobbying? Hillary wasn't lobbying against guns. She said she just wanted limitations because people were buying massive amount of guns, wasn't using them, was selling them. They was reaching the wrong communities. They was reaching our black communities. A lot of illegal guns was reaching them. People, because of their communities, people feel as though they have to carry guns, so everyone wasn't going the legal way. But so she just said, let's control some of these guns. He's saying, let's do a free-for-all. Like, are you kidding me? Like, yo, this presidential election, I'm telling y'all, for all y'all that's taking this lightly and all y'all that's saying that y'all just praying and y'all just going to pray and go about your business. Yeah, I think y'all should pray. I think y'all should continue praying. But I also think y'all should tell our young people and tell our kids what's about to take place. Because laws are about to change. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, to me, it's like some of y'all are oblivious to no change. No, it's about to change. Y'all, just as sure as the sun rises and set, these laws are about to change, and they're about to change, and they're about to affect our black men. They're about to affect our boys, our nephews. That's the main, like, are you kidding me? They're going to be George Zimmermans everywhere. They're going to be George Zimmermans popping up everywhere. Are you kidding me? They asked him one time in a debate, well, what do you think about the like the Senate and the judges who make the decisions? He said, well, I want to put more judges in there that lobbies for guns and stuff, like more people, more judges that think like him. Judges are the ones who sit on the seat to make these laws for our black men, for our black boys. And y'all saying, oh, it's not really a change, I'm just going to pray. Yeah, you might want to pray. You might want to sit your son down tonight. After you get up off your knees, you might want to really, and I'm not saying, and I'm not making mockery of praying, because I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray without ceasing. Somebody can hashtag pray without ceasing, because I'm going to pray without ceasing. Like, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with praying. I think we should band together and pray, but I think also we should not take this lightly, and we should also educate our young people what they're in store for these next 4 years. And we're saying, well, 4 years. Well, what if he get in control and screw these votes up and get in there 8 years? Like, we don't know what we're in for. Like, don't take this so lightly, because we don't know what we're in for. Yeah, my fingers are crossed that they roll these rape charges, against him, and these trials start so they can impeach him. Yeah, I'm him. I want them to impeach him too. I'm down with it. But if that doesn't happen, and he doesn't get impeached, and he's in here 4 years and messing around and getting here we talking about 4 years, like, okay, well, God can take us through. Yeah, he can take us through, and I believe he didn't bring us this far to leave us. But I think also we have to govern ourselves a little different to what's going on and what's going around in our surroundings, because these laws are taking effect today, tomorrow. He said that's the first thing. Wait till that stop and frisk. You mean you can just stop me because I'm a black man? That's not cool. That's not cool. And all these cops that's been controlling, maybe some of their racist views, they're going to start popping out of nowhere killing us. Because why? They already killed us with Obama in there, and they didn't receive too much repercussion. So now with a president like that in there who's backing them, and then backing a lot of their same beliefs, maybe not backing their situation when they killed our loved one, but they're backing them in their belief and stuff. What you think going to happen? I'm with you, Picky. This country is in true trouble. It's going to be war. And then what happened? Like, what happened in the 80s when they brought drugs in, and it was an oppression? There was a lot of robbery. Then crime went up because people got to eat. He's talking about y'all. They're saying that y'all don't think it's going to affect y'all. It's going to affect everybody. Us in the working class. He getting ready to rape. If he knocked that Obamacare out there, he getting ready to knock it to y'all that got to pay insurance. He is. He's getting ready to knock it to all y'all who got to pay insurance. Like, he's getting ready to, so don't sit on your seat and say, well, I went back to school, I got a career, I went to college, and I have a degree, so this is not really going to affect my family because I'm working and we live a comfortable life. No. It's gonna affect. It's really gonna affect a lot of people. And it's scary. It's really, really scary. Like I said, it's time to pray, but it's time not to also be oblivious to what's going on. It's time to really recognize, and like I said, encourage our youth, and especially our black men. With this stop and frisk all over America, that means you just giving cops the right to just stop us. Some of our boys have attitude problems. Some of them have little chips on their shoulder. Like, my brother is deaf. I God forbid if a cop stop him and there's a language barrier. He's not comprehend what the cop's saying just because he's black. That's first of all, that's why the cop stopped him, because he's black. No matter if he's drunk, no matter if he had drugs or whatever, he just stopped him. He didn't do anything wrong. He just stopped him because he's black. And they shoot my brother. Are you kidding me? I'm not going to have, my spirit is not going to be praying at that time. So, to avoid that, I'm going to talk to my brother. Avoid that, I'm going to talk to my nephews. But I'm saying I'm just behooving people to talk to these young men out here. Talk to our young ladies out here. It's easy for people to say, well, I ain't on welfare. All y'all on that government assistance. Y'all going to be kicked off. Well, what about your sister Keisha, who just had 5 different relationships, got 5 kids, good girl, kids stay clean. Take care of kids, but just had county assistance, her whole life or whatever. Anytime, y'all have a cookout, y'all have a function, she cooking, she bringing the food to the table, not a stingy person, take care of kids look clean, stay up on her kids in school, but she just been on county assistance. For them to say they gonna kick her off, and y'all saying, well, it's not affecting me because I'm not on county assistance, it's gonna affect a lot of our loved ones. What is she supposed to do with her 5 kids? Or some of y'all that's heavily minded, earthly no good, are y'all going to let them, they say, oh, God is in total control. Trump is not God. Like I said, he's getting ready to start trying to play it. Are y'all going to let them loved ones move in with y'all? This thing is getting ready to start happening. This is what he said. It ain't just that he's a racist. Listen to what he said he was going to do once he got in office. That's where my mind is at. And if you my friend, you know I watched every 3 of the debates from beginning to end. I watched it even afterwards. I watched their demeanor afterwards. That told a lot. Sometimes they just walked and went and got in their cars. Sometimes they met with their friends, and if they was pissed, they went and got in the cars. I watched all of that. I watched the broadcast afterwards. Because I really wanted to hear a lot what he would say. No matter if he made sense, no matter if he was an asshole. I know some people couldn't watch the debates. They was like, oh, I seen it on social network. Let me turn this joint on because he's talking crazy. I understand, yeah, he was. But I still wanted to hear what he was saying, what he would do, just in case he won. And guess what? He won. So if you didn't, you might want to research some of the stuff that he said he would do. Like, he said he was going to do a lot of stuff. Like I said, it scared me that he really was enforcing to put a wall down there in the Mexican border. A wall? We're America. Do you think we need a wall? I don't think we need a wall. I don't think we do. You know, like, okay, if you want to control immigrants coming in, you want to maybe come down on a policy, yeah, but then the people that's been here for all these years, you're willing to send them back for what? Because he said the immigrants are, what did he call them? Rapists and murderers and terrorists. Are y'all really thinking about this? I got interracial family. I don't want my family snatched apart. Y'all laughing and saying they sending them back to Africa. No, he's not technically sending us back to Africa. But it's going to be a lot of people that's going to be deported. And then he got this stop in Frisco. He can just stop you because you Hispanic. They just go, the cop, they have the right to. That's a law that he's putting into effect. That's not nothing he want to do. That's a law. Wake up. Like, wake up, good people. We gotta, like, it's a scary situation. I do believe that God can carry us through. I do believe he will carry us through. This hasn't shaken my faith in God. But I'm just saying, also, you know, with my believing in God, I know also there's some things as a black man living in America with Donald Trump as president, I'm gonna have to do differently. If you think that you're just in here and there's going to be no change, it's not going to affect you or your family, you're wrong. There's about to be a lot of change. There's about to be a whole lot of change. But I'm about to sign off this joint. I just want to get on there. It was just too much to type or whatnot. But just be aware. Like I said, be aware. Like, don't be so oblivious to what's going on and be oblivious to what's going around us to... You think it's not going to affect you or your household. It's going to affect you one way. He wasn't for us. It was clearly he was a racism. It was clearly he was a racist. Clearly. So for you to say, like, these laws are going, like, this man is in control for some of the same people that sat in there and prayed and thank God for Obama, you know, for them putting in a black leader in leadership, thanking them for giving our leader guidance, thanking them for giving our leader wisdom, for all those people that prayed those prayers. And now they're saying, well, everything's in God's control. God is in control. He's the devil. That man is in the devil. That man is the devil. Okay? So, yeah, God is in control. But in the same token, there's some things that we better do as people differently. Because, like, you prayed for Obama because you knew he made different decisions. Let's not be nonchalant about, we know Trump is going to make certain decisions. Okay, he's just not sitting in the seat. He's going to make certain decisions. There are going to be certain decisions that Trump's going to make. So, like I said, let's not be so, you know, oblivious. Let's not be so, you know, and please, I'm just not pulling that scripture, but I just seen a lot of religious people, you know, Christians was just so, like, you know, just going off of, you know, their faith. And I'm not trying to shake no one's faith because, like I said, I'm a Christian. I believe it's time to pray without ceasing. But let's encourage our community. This is not about Christianity. This is not about Muslim, Islamic. This is not about a religion. This is about a race of people that he's coming after. He's coming after a race of people. He's coming after us. He's going to create this law. You talking about it's hard to get the black man out of jail now. You know, and then people say, well, people shouldn't commit crimes. I don't commit crimes. Look about how many people that's getting released because of DNA that was wrongly convicted. Don't be so quick. Don't be so quick to take yourself out the equation. You know, don't be so quick to subtract you and your family from the equation. You know, don't be so quick. You know, because there are a lot of people, there's things that still happen. You know, and just because you live an honest life, just because you work a 9 to 5, that does not mean this cannot affect you. Like I said, insurance-wise, they're going to kill the people. You wait till he wipe out Obamacare. He's going to, oh, yeah. Insurance is going to be crazy. You need insurance. You need health insurance. They asked about the people that was receiving treatment now that was on Obamacare. What they says Donald Trump. Do you know it's a lot of people on Obamacare? If you wipe that out now, what about the people that's receiving medical assistance in hospitals and rehab? What are you going to do with those people? They said, do you know if you do that, this would be the outcome? Like you'll have almost an insurance massacre in the United States. He said, oh, no, well, this was his answer, because he gave an answer. Well, no, if I do that, if I wipe them out, he said, that'll give private insurance companies they'll lower their prices because they'll be able to be more competitive. They said, well, there'll be nothing, you know, legally binding them not to raise their prices if you wipe out Obamacare. Like, that's what he want to wipe out. He don't even want to, I heard it several times. There's nothing wrong with Obamacare. There's a few things that could be kinked out. I think, in my personal opinion, he just wants to wipe it out because it's Obama's name. He really didn't. Do you understand? He hated Obama. And then some of y'all people saying it doesn't affect them. Are you really, like, he's not for us? My grandfather, the late Bishop Clarence Pooler, worked at Luke and Steel. My uncles worked at Luke and Steel. Do you know Donald Trump bought his steel from China rather than supporting Americans? My grandpa could have got a bonus building the Trump Tower when it was time to build the Trump Tower on some real stuff. And then some of y'all being so oblivious to what's going on, saying, oh, it's not affecting us. It is affecting us. My loved ones he didn't buy steel from y'all workers that work down there. That kept my family going. Back in the day, Luke and Steel was a supporter of my family. This is a man who said, F Luke and Steel, F Coastal, F them workers that's working hard there. I'm going over there to China so I can get my stuff cheap. Not because I'm American and because I'm trying to support, what I believe in a country that I live in. I want to get a cheaper dollar. Heck with them Americans. This is the man that's in presidency. And a lot of y'all saying, even in Coastal, saying it's not affecting. It did affect us. It affected us in a large way. He ain't support us. He's crooked from the gate. He's crooked from the gate, like everything. And then we have a pervert as a president. He openly admitted, and then they asked him in a debate. That's why I said some of y'all need to go back to the debates. They asked him, they said, well, Mr. Trump, you made these comments when you were 61 of age. How much have your heart has changed and you're still in your 60s? That's what they asked him at the debate. You said that about women, that you could just grope women, that you just walk up and kiss women, that you walk in dressing rooms and see naked girls between ages of 18 to 21, 22, because that's who's in beauty pageants. You're a pervert. They're not giving you permission to go. They're in their own dressing room trying to get ready for the pageant, and you're going back there and you're openly admitted it. But this is who's president. He just admitted this when he was 61 years old. That means he's an old pervert. But y'all wanted to nail Bill Cosby to the cross. He ain't run for president. He just was an actor, gave back to the community, gave the temple like crazy. They took his picture down, but they damn sure ain't give a dollar back Bill Cosby gave. If you wanted to be so disassociated with Bill Cosby Temple University, you would have gave every dollar back that he gave you. Okay? That's what they would have done. They didn't do that shit because they wasn't about it. They wasn't about it. But then y'all want Donald Trump. Y'all want him to be the president. He's saying he's a openly admitting pervert. And that's who y'all want to be a president, lead America. I can't even imagine Obama saying, y'all heard the commercials, put your hands on their pig. I'm going to take it a step further. I can't, even some Republicans, I can't even imagine none of the Bushes, the son or the dad, seeing some mess like Donald Trump did. Or I just walk in the back of the dressing room while they're getting dressed and I can just take a look at the ladies. What president says? You're a pervert. You're a pervert. You're a man with a wife. If you want to look at a woman, go look at your wife. You're a pervert. But this is who's in presidency. But y'all saying we're not worried. We're just gonna keep praying. We're just gonna keep praying. You understand what I'm saying? No, let's pray, but let's pray and do something. One of my favorite scriptures is in the Bible. Like I said, it's not about religion, but it's the scripture. If my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves, shall pray, shall seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and forgive their sins. It takes steps. It ain't just praying. We have to, as a people. He gives us knowledge. Whatever God you pray to and whatever God you believe to, you do believe he gives doctors knowledge. He gives people professional knowledge to guide us. Come on. And this man is in president. He's the president. Pray and also encourage our black people. Pray and also school our black men. You understand? Like music is one of our main cultures. Our black men like to walk around with earphones in their head, whether it's Dumb, whether it's one of their homies who dropped a mixtape, whether it's Meek, whether it's Jay, whoever, we like to listen to music. Why? Because music has brought us from a long way. Music has brought us through. When we was brought over here, and people say, well, Bird, you going too deep. No, when we was brought over here on this ship, and we all spoke different languages, we came from different tribes, we was able to hum. And that's what got us through. That's what got some of us through. When they told us to pick this cotton on this land and be out there for hours and hours and hours, and you may not be able to speak languages, or you may not be able to, because you're coming from Africa and you're putting the cotton field. You understand what I'm saying? Or a tobacco field. You might came from another tribe, but music brought us along. So I said all to say this, in today's time, our youth adapt to music. There's nothing wrong with this. You see earphones and all our young people say, I got wireless beats. I like music when I'm traveling. They say that A young person can just be traveling with music in the air and not even hearing the cops, and the cops can just shoot them because they have a right to just stop them, because remember, Donald Trump is enforcing stop and frisk. Are you kidding me? Some people say, well, Burberry, it's not so much fun. You want some humor? Well, you gotta laugh. You can't be so. I'll give you some humor. Let me give y'all some humor. Some real humor. If y'all want to make some money in these next 4, possibly 8 years, y'all better open up a funeral home. I'm getting ready to contact Mr. Emmett and Vella Hunt and ask, can I get a job there? Because if you don't think it's getting ready to be bad, there's not going to be George Zimmermans, there's not going to be more cops that's going to be shooting our black youth because they can, because there will be no repercussions. You don't think that's going to happen? I'm dead serious. It's gonna be a lot of killing. Then y'all gonna hike up insurances, make it hard for. It's gonna be either you buy these Uggs on Christmas or do you want your inhaler? Like, that's how it's gonna be. Like, do you understand? Like, no matter if you work or not, you don't have to be on public consensus for Donald Trump, for his presidents, for him to get in the seat of presidents, for it to affect you. You know, everybody, like, we're so quick to judge it. We're so quick to label like one category that you think in your head that it's only gonna affect. You know, like I said, and then some of y'all up on high horses, when your loved one, like I said, it could be your sister, could be a great person, could not be no slum mom, could be an excellent person. You know, just had maybe a few babies, chose not to abort her babies, chose her to carry her babies, got a deadbeat dad, wanted to continue on and just relied on public assistance, you know, who has never worked. Would you tell her how she get child care? How she's going to manage working and child care? Like, this thing is going to affect a lot of people. Like, this thing is going to affect a lot of people. So for some of y'all that's saying it's not going to affect y'all, it is. Like, it really is. It's going to affect a lot of people. Like, we got to wake up, like, really, as black people. I'm telling y'all. And being together. Don't be so easily persuaded. Don't be so easy to say, oh, like, to brush things off our shoulder. No, let's go into prayer. But like I said, let's also educate each other of some of the laws that he's going to change. Like I said, I woke up this morning. If you don't believe me, Google it. Click on the CNN website, Nebraska. Woke up this morning and they wanted to reinstate the death penalty. This thing is getting real. And it's going to get real quick. For all y'all so lax and think it may not get real as quick, it's going to get real quicker than what y'all think. Real quicker than what y'all think. It's about to get real. It's about to get real for our sons. It's about to get real for our daughters, our nieces, our nephews, our cousins. It's about to get real. Like, and it just behooves us. Like, yes, pray. You know, I'll take being hold to your faith. You know, like I said, this didn't shake. You know, let me make this perfectly clear. This did not shake my faith in God. This did not shake my belief in God's power and knowing that what he can and will do. But in the same notion, I know he gives us, you know, common sense, and he gives us knowledge, because we're still living down here on earth. We still have to walk these streets on earth. You know, like I said, you could be a bishop, you know, coming from the gym in sweatpants, and they may label you as a gangster. That's not right. You're a man of the cloth to go to work every day trying to bring souls to Christ, and you could be gunned down just because you had ball shorts on and some Jordans and a t-shirt. No. But hey, he going for stop and frisk. That's what's going to happen. But y'all, just wait. You know, like, don't take this presidency lightly. You know, band together. We got to support each other. We got to start, like I said in the last live, we got to start loving each other. We got to really start on some real. We really got to start supporting each other, because these laws is not going to be as long as what y'all think it's going to be in order for these laws to start taking effect. These changes is going to come in effect now. Like I said, if you don't believe me, go just watch his 3 debates and just listen to what he said each debate. Like I said, for 1 was the border control. For 2 was the guns. For 3 was the Obamacare. And like I said, I heard there was nothing wrong with the Obamacare. You know, it was just, I think anything with Obama he wants to get rid of. This is the president, he said, that wasn't even black, wasn't even American. He went all the way back. He researched all the way to his last year, and since January. This man said Obama wasn't a real American. Y'all kidding me? He's hatred. He's hatred. Y'all better be prepared. Y'all saying it ain't gonna affect y'all. Yeah, I'm going to open me a funeral home. Yeah, you slam, we lay them. I'm serious. Because that's who's going to be making the money. Y'all think I'm joking? That's who's going to be. It's going to be people, and it's going to be hard to bury these people. It's going to be, watch what I say. Watch what I say. It's going to be a lot of deaths. It's going to be a lot of deaths that's going to be occur. So yeah, I want to pray, but I want to keep my youth safe. I want to keep my nephew safe. I want to keep my brother safe. You know, I want to keep my little cousin safe that's coming up in this world that's geared towards hating a black man. That's towards hating a black man. Say what you want, but I'm telling the truth. Say what you want. I'm telling the truth. Right now, it's geared. Our government with Donald Trump NC is geared towards hating black people. And people say all lives matter. I don't want to even get on that. I better not get on it because I don't want to offend nobody. But all lives matter will never until black lives matter. And until you show me an Oriental people, several people that the cops is gunning down, Oriental people taking shrimp fried rice and 8 rolls on the delivery, them stopping them and gunning them down. So you tell me they're gunning down on top of Hispanic people and the number that they're gunning us down, then you can never tell me that all lives matter. I don't see no Chinese people getting murdered. Even they don't like the Arabics, and they think they're bombing us. But on the news, I don't see no cops waking up shooting no Arabics. I see them shooting black men every day in the hood and not having no repercussions. That's what I see. That's what I see. So I don't care what you say. It's not up for debate. Don't tell me all lives matter, because all lives will never matter until black lives matter. Because some of those other nationalities, y'all came over to this country freely. Let's take it back. We came over here unwillingly. You know, y'all came over here to learn their language. You came over here to learn English. We came over here, they made us forget our language. You understand? They made us forget our tribal language. Are you kidding me? And you want to tell me all lives matter? No, all lives will not matter until black lives matter. Are you kidding me? Some of y'all so easily persuaded all lives. No, all lives will never matter until black lives matter. Like I said, I don't see the Oriental getting shot down. I don't see them, like I said, they terrified as hell at the Muslim people. But I don't see you hearing them cops shooting Muslims on top of Muslims on top of Muslim girls walking, Muslim boys walking from school. You don't hear about cops just shooting them in their neighborhood. You don't hear them going to the Hispanic neighborhood just shooting cops. You hear them black. Yes, there has been some minorities and some Hispanic, but y'all numbers, no shade, y'all numbers don't match our numbers. They're killing the African-American black community. Sandra Bland was a woman who smoked a cigarette. My mom smoked a cigarette. That could have been my mom. So don't come tell me no black lives matter. Like don't tell me no all lives matter. No, there's a difference. Like I said, we were brought over here. We were made to forget our language. Y'all are coming over here willingly, and I'm not knocking it, to get a better life, to better your kids, to get a better opportunity in America. I'm not knocking it. Y'all coming over here to learn our language. But we was brought over here to forget our language, to forget our roots. Y'all still can teach your kids certain languages and certain words of your culture. We can't teach our kids our culture, our true African culture, without really digging in deep. They made us forget our language. They taught us this European language. Are you kidding me? Blacks were brought here on ships. On ships. For all you to say, oh no, I better get off, because I know I'm about to lose some people. But don't, like, I have a problem with that all lives matter thing, and because I think a black young man in Baltimore started something, and we as people grabbed hold of it, supported it, and real quick, easily, we was divided. That was something, a young black man started a hashtag, started a meaning behind the hashtag, and us as the black community, we took hold to that, we grasped that, and we spoke that message. And not so longly after that, we were so united. Here you hear, all lives matter. No shade, but all lives matter is not the discussion right now. Until they start now, don't get me wrong, they start killing people in the Chinese community, Oriental community, okay, I support. Orientals matter. But that's not happening. It's only happening in the black communities. But real quickly, they shifted us off our square. They shifted us off our focus. Our reason for uniting, Black Lives Matter hashtag. We was uniting from north to west. And then they got all lives matter. Then they got the people thinking like, well, maybe, yeah, all lives matter because I'm in an interracial relationship. I don't like white people. I mean, I like white people. I don't have a problem. No, I'm not saying you should have a problem with white people. I'm saying, but who are they killing now? The purpose of this hashtag, but they threw us off a square. The purpose of this hashtag was to bring awareness to blacks being murdered by the police system. That was what that hashtag was for. And now we done got off a square. Why? Because they said all lives matter. No, you can't pay me to put a hashtag all lives matter until they start shooting in other communities. But until they stop just shooting in the black community, until it's the black people we have to bury each other on, don't tell me nothing about no All Lives Matter. Continue on with Black Lives Matter. And I tell y'all people, don't be so easily persuaded. Don't let people easily shake what you know is right. Whereas black people, we get so shaken. You know, we get so shaken by what people say, everything we believe. No, like I said, I'm not talking about what I believe in. I'm talking about what this man spoke out of his mouth in these debates. With the first thing he said, he was changing. Okay, Ann corrected me. Ann said a black woman started it. Black Lives Matter. Okay, Ann, I know you enough. Yeah, but I mean, you know, we started that, but they try to shake us from that. All lives matter. And they got to say, well, yeah, I don't know. It's not because you say Black Lives Matter. It's not saying that you hate white people. It's saying I'm supporting this cause of y'all killing black people. That's all it's saying. That's all it's saying. Stand on it. Black Lives Matter. Don't hashtag no All Lives Matter and you black, and then you black. You're going to say, well, Trump being in presidency doesn't really affect me. You're crazy if you think it doesn't. Do your research. Go watch his debates and see what he said out his own mouth, how he viewed after when he knew he was on camera. When you know you act at the most, you know you're on your best behavior and you choose your words wisely when you know you're on camera and you know you're being watched, and he was being watched by millions. He still was an asshole. And he still said he was going to do some real screwed up stuff in America. Go watch it. Go watch it. But I'm out. Presidential election, just stay prayed up. You know, like I said, I wasn't knocking nobody. There was a lot of people seeing praying. But like I said, let's pray and also educate each other as black people, you know. And I'm out.